Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing another music inspiring makeup video. Today, as you probably know by the title, is inspired by the BTS Persona album. I do have all 4 versions right here. If you're new to my channel, I love BTS, I love K-pop. So I knew that I definitely had to do at least one of BTS's albums. I'm thinking of doing another too, but I think this is a good one to start off with just because there's so many different shades of pink that they went with for the aesthetic of Persona. So yeah. Please don't mind my hair today. I have a day off and I didn't feel like washing it, so it's in this weird bun thing. Hopefully when I put makeup on I'll feel a little bit better about myself. But yeah, today we are doing a makeup look inspired by BTS Persona album. If you have watched my music inspiring makeup videos before, you will know, like, I talk a little bit sometimes in the beginning of it and then it goes to voiceover, and that is what I'm doing today. So if you want to see what I kind of do with this makeup look and how the BTS album inspired this makeup today, keep on watching.
Alright, so let's get this tutorial started. I'm using the e.l.f. Poreless Primer. This is pretty comparable to the Tatcha one, the Silk Canvas Primer, and honestly, I don't prefer like either one. Like, I think they're both pretty much the same, just one is not an astronomical price. So go with what's in your budget. Then for foundation, I'm using the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Foundation. I wanted good coverage, but also like a really smooth, luminous base, so I figured I would go with this. And this foundation always has such a good undertone for what I'm looking for. The rest of my body is like super neutral, sometimes like leaning more towards the yellow side, but my face always is like pink neutral. It's really weird. My face like never holds a tan or any kind of color, so I don't usually tan that anyway. Going in with concealer, as you just saw, it's the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. This is the shade Light 10, I believe. It's a really nice neutral undertone, not too pink, not too yellow, and it's really good coverage to cancel out any of the blue undertones if you have really bad bags like I do, because I never sleep. Setting underneath the eyes with Maybelline Loose Powder in Light Fair. This also is amazing. It smooths out any imperfections, it fills in my pores, and I'm just putting that on all of the high points. Next, I'm just using a cream colored shadow from ColourPop. All the details of what I use will be in the description below, so if you want to know exactly what I used, you can look there. Yeah, so I'm just putting that all over my lid just to make sure that when I put on any other shadows, they don't skip. So I'm using the Anastasia Riviera palette in that really light peach shade. This is just going to be a transition shade for me. I didn't want to completely go into like a hot pink and expect it to blend, so I wanted to go in with a lighter shade and then work my way up. So that's kind of what it came out to. And then I'm going with this next brighter shade. It's still kind of a muted pink, but it's not as crazy as the next shade that we're going to use. I wanted to work my way up to that, and I'm just using like this MAC Duo Fiber brush to give me the best blend possible. Now onto the hot pink shade. I am patting this on the outer corner of my eyes to get the most pigmentation before I start buffing it out and blending. For the shimmer shade, I still wanted it to be a pink, just so everything seemed super cohesive, because we are going to do a hot pink liner, and I wanted there still to be shimmer on the eyelid, so I used the same Anastasia Riviera palette and just packed that on with my finger. Here I'm just wiping away all the excess powder that caught some of the fallout, and I used the Flash palette from Makeup Forever, and I used that super hot pink kind of magenta shade to do the winged liner. I only went about halfway with this. I winged it out, but I didn't bring it all the way into the inner corner of my eye just because I wanted to elongate the eye and not kind of close it off. How sometimes with me and winged liners, that's usually what they do. Now to the glitter inner corner, I'm using the Stila Magnificent Metal eyeshadow, I think it's called. I just wanted a nice pop of glitter in the center of the eyes. And then I just took like a fluffier brush to evenly distribute some of the glitter to the lid more, so it kind of looked like a little tiny like beam of glitter and not just like so stark on the inner corners. I hope that made sense. I'm taking the Fenty bronzer and bronzing up my 5 head because clearly this hairstyle did nothing for me this day besides just accentuate my alien forehead. So I am just bronzing the crap out of that to take attention away from how big my forehead is. So I'm just bronzing up a lot because I felt super pale on this day. So I think I went a little extra with this bronzers. Next, I use this Kilowatt foil from Fenty Beauty as well, and I actually use this as a blush. I mix those two colors, the orangey color and like the more magenta, and I've actually been using this quite a lot, especially in my everyday makeup tutorial, and I really like the look it gives. It's kind of just a really sheen-like blush, and it still gives a lot of pigment, but it's nothing too crazy. So then I did my brows. If you've been on my channel before, you've probably seen me do this 100 times. I'm just using the soft brown brow duo from Anastasia and just filling in my brows. The difference is amazing. And I'm using the Glossier Boy Brow just to set them. I always have to use this. It just makes my eyebrows look a little bit more thick and they stay in place all day. Next, another Fenty product is this highlighter. I've been using this for a really long time and I always go back to it just because it's such a goodie. It doesn't really emphasize texture, which is great, and it's just a beautiful gold color. I really love it. I've actually hit pan and I think I need to get a new one. For the lower lash line, I just took the combination of those two colors in the Anastasia Riviera palette, and I just connected the winged liner to the lower lash line, kind of smoked it out just a tad bit, and here I am curling my lashes with my amazing Forever 21 eyelash curler. Literally had this for years and it's $3. And nothing special. I'm literally using the same mascara. I don't even think I have to tell you what this is, but here's a clip of me putting it on. I love this mascara so much. For lips, I used that Catrice lip foundation pencil. I wanted to go for still kind of like my favorite brown toned lip pencil, but this had a little bit of a pink undertone with it. So I just lined my lips, filled it in, and here I'm using another Fenty Beauty product. I wish I was sponsored by them. And I am just putting this coat of lip gloss on it. This is amazing. I love their lip glosses. They smell so good. It reminds me of Lip Smackers. Moving on to the lower lash line, I went back to the Flash palette and I did something a little different. I wanted to add more of a white accent to the eye, so I did my lower lashes in white instead of the normal black or brown, whatever your preference is. And I think it looks really cool. It's definitely different and I think a little bit more eye-catching. So clearly in that clip you just saw me struggling. I decided to do a heart, another white accent to bring everything together, and I kind of had a mental breakdown. But I think in the end it kind of came out pretty good. So that is it for this tutorial. I hope you like it, and now we will be moving on to the outro.
Alright, so my camera is literally about to die. It's blinking at me right now. So let's just do this outro really quick. I hope that you liked this look. Again, I just like to, if you've watched one of these videos before, you'll know that I just like to sit down and do makeup and do what the album inspired me to do. My voice just broke, sorry. But yeah, this is what the album Map of the Soul Persona inspired me to do. I hope I did it justice. I hope I did a good job. BTS is my favorite K-pop group. I have many, but they're definitely number one. And yeah, I just love this album so much. I love what they did with it, and yeah, I don't know what else to say. BTS are amazing. Stan BTS. So I hope you like this makeup look, and I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a like and subscribe if you want. My next videos will probably be my Walt Disney World vlogs, or maybe a pack with me. I'm not entirely sure yet. Depends on if I have time. I know I didn't upload for a few weeks, but I'm back on schedule, hopefully. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!